Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernardo from the BJTechNews. And what's new in MDT 2013? MDT 2013 was released not too long ago. I actually did a first boot with you guys, part 1, part 2. I'm going to actually put that the link at the description so you guys could go check that out. I actually did it about 2 months ago because I was part of the developers team, and I actually show you guys the first look on it. But I want to show you guys what's new with it. So let's begin. So what's in the new release? Support for upgrading for the previous version of the MDT. What does this mean to us? Well, MDT supports upgrading from the MDT 2012 Update 1. Got to make sure that you have 2012 Update 1 to upgrade to 2013, which I'm going to be doing a future video for you guys. Note, and I'm telling you, note, before you guys even do this, make sure that you guys back up your existing MDT infrastructure before attempting to upgrade. Please, guys, please make sure that you guys update that. Now, the next one is support for Windows 8.1 and Windows Server 2012 R2. What does this mean to us? Well, now MDT is able to deploy Windows 8.1 and Server 2012 R2 operating systems using LTI, ZTI, and UDI deployment methods. Roles and features specific to Windows 8.1 and Server 2012 R2 are available in the role list, so that's awesome. Now, if you don't know what LTI and ZTI or UDI stands for, LTI stands for light touch installation, zero touch installation, and user driven installation. Now, the next new release is support for the Windows ADK for Windows 8.1. Now, MDT supports the use of Windows ADK for Windows 8.1 to deploy operating systems. The Windows ADK for Windows 8.1 includes the deployment tools such as deployment image servicing and management, which stands for DISM tool, the Windows pre-installation environment, which is the Windows PE, and the user state migration tool, which we all love when we need to migrate people's profiles over to the new operating system. A new release, new features, the support of System Center 2012 R2 Configuration Manager. Now with this, you got a ZTI and UDI deployment methods in the MDT support integration with the Center 2012 R2, which is SCCM 2012, including new capabilities such as multiple network access accounts. So that's awesome. The next one is you can improve. They kind of improved the development of the x86 based computers that are use UEFI standard. So if you guys don't know what UEFI stands for, is a Unified Extendable Firmware Interface, with which is actually a specification that defines a software interface between an operating system and a platform firmware. Now the UEFI, which I can't hardly say it because it's just so many letters, is more secure. It's a more secure replacement for the older base input and output systems, which is the BIOS firmware interface present in some personal computers. A lot of computers nowadays are coming with the UEFI firmware, which is vulnerable to malware and performs attacks during the boot or power on self-test processes. That's the whole point of the UEFI standard system. Now, by default, MDT creates an appropriate partition to support computers running the UEFI. Before, and then I believe in 2012, we had to actually create the partition for this to work properly for us. Now, MDT supports, check it out, it supports the UEFI version from 2.0 up to 2.3.1. Now, the UEFI 2.3.1 is a newer version of the UEFI that will be used on Windows 8 computers only. So, pretty cool. Now, what's been removed from this release? Now, a lot's been removed, and a couple of the things that's been removed is deployment of the Windows 8.1 preview. Now, for those guys that have been testing out preview, 2013, you're not going to be able to deploy Windows 8.1 preview. Server 2012 R2 preview, you're not going to be able to deploy it. Now, zero touch installation with the following programs. You can't do SCCM 2007, 2012. You can't do SCCM 2012 Service Pack 1, and as well as you cannot do SCCM 2012 R2 Configuration Manager Preview. So these are the things that have been released with the new update. You can only use Windows ADK 8.1. Now, if you guys have a machine that's utilizing Windows 8 ADK, you have to upgrade it to 8. Okay, you actually have to upgrade it to 8.1. Okay, so I'm gonna actually do a video in the future of upgrading your ADK 8 to 8.1, so you guys can get your machine up and ready for MDT 2013. And the use of Windows AIK for Windows 7 is obsolete, so you shouldn't be using this at all, because I think ADK 8.1 will allow you to do Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1. Deployment for Windows XP and Server 2003 was removed. You can't deploy these anymore. Deployment for Vista and Server 2008 has been removed. And check this out, guys. Now, out of the box, group policy objects, GPOs, from the Security Compliance Manager, which is SCM, which I actually do a review on it not too long ago. I'll show you guys how to use it. I'm actually put the link at the bottom. These tools and GPOs must be installed with the SCM before they can be used in MDT. They actually removed that. I don't know why they removed that. I kind of like the whole GPO out of the box group policy objects being inserted inside the MDT. I don't know why they remove it, but hey, that's Microsoft. Now, MDT operating systems that are supported. Now, as you can see on the list, you have Windows 8, which Windows 8.1 supports LTI, ZTI, and UDI. Server 2012 only supports the Lite Touch and the Zero Touch. Windows 8 supports all three. Server 2012 only supports Lite and Zero. And as Windows 7, as in the past, it supports all three, Lite Touch, Zero Touch, and User Driven. 2008 R2 only supports Lite Touch and Zero Touch, and the Windows PE version 5.0 will support all three. Now, as you can see in the chart right here, Windows ADK support and MDT will only support 8.1. Okay, guys? So if you're running ADK Windows 8, you have to upgrade to 8.1. Now, Microsoft Framework and Windows PowerShell support, because Microsoft is really trying to push PowerShell to its limit. So, as you can see in the chart, it looks like we need to get the latest upgrade of .NET. As you see, all the Windows versions, we need to get at least 4.0. It gets to the point that Windows 7 and 2008 R2, you only need 3.5 with Service Pack 1. I think on the future videos, I'm going to be doing everything on a Server 2012 machine, and I will have .NET 4.0 plus you got to have PowerShell 3.0. As you can see at the very bottom, Windows 7 and Server 2008 R2 will only have PowerShell 2.0, and it will still work with no problem. So that's pretty cool. So behind the scenes. So what do I mean behind the scenes? There's so much that I could tell you that's changed, but how about the scripts? A lot of scripts has been changed. The Deploy Wizard language UI was fixed. Brazilian Portuguese keyboard layout reference. The ATI apply script was fixed. It actually fixed issues with the UEFI 86 platform and the UEFI pre-stage media deployments. International settings, they actually fixed the Russian Standard Time to correctly indicate the UTF plus, I think was it 0400. Another script that was modified and changed behind the scenes with the OSD branding. They added logic to ensure only app variables are branded to registry actually. Server Manager, they updated the role list to add Windows 8.1 and Windows Server 2012 R2 roles and features, and remove entries of the OSs that are no longer supported. Another script that they upgraded was the ZTI data access. They modified logic to try all the Config Manager R2 network access account. And another behind the scenes, the ZTI execute runbook, it's the same thing as the other script that I told you guys. They actually modified this logic to try all the config manager R2 network access account as well. Another script that they actually modified was this one. They added logic to install the Windows 8.1 and Windows Server 2012 R2 roles and features. The ZTI PS utility script, they actually modified logic to handle the new PowerShell version, which again, if you saw in the chart, we need to have PowerShell 3.0. The ZTI supported platform XML file, they modified to match the OS version supported by MDT 2013. I'm also assuming they also modified and removed a bunch of other OSs that they don't support anymore. And the last script that they actually modified was this one, the ZTI utility script, which they modified the logic to try all config manager R2 network access accounts. So again, another behind the scenes is the task sequence templates. So the only two things that they changed on the task sequence templates is the SCCM client and the SCCM server XML files. They fixed the UEFI format steps to set the OSD temporary drive and the OS disk variables and remove Windows XP and Server 2003 format steps. So it's a huge change. Now, other files. The BDD admin DB SQL. They modified the application field names to allow the names up to 255 characters. I think the limitation was, I forgot, it was 100. So they kind of bumped up the characters. The unintended for the 86 and 64. This is really important to us because this is what we use to make the operating system talk to the unintended file and make it run smoothly. They removed the IE welcome page settings and they added the replacement IE settings for the new version for IE. And GPO packs they remove all the GPO packs, guys. So that kind of sucks. And keynotes. So a keynote is this, guys. I want you to remember that the MDT 2013 only supports deployment of the Windows 7 or above. Okay, using ADK for Windows 8.1 only, and doesn't support any version of the config manager prior to 2012 R2. If you're still deploying Windows XP or Windows Vista using config manager 2007 or 2012 SP1, keep using MDT 2012 update 1, which is still supported. But if not, that means you guys have to actually start upgrading your machines. Upgrade your server, your system center configuration manager to R2. Also update your ADK to Windows 8.1. There's a bunch of stuff that you guys need to start upgrading to get this stuff running for yourself. Channel update. So what's happening on my channel, as you can see on the PowerPoint, I've created a playlist and I already have 2 videos, many more to come depending on what you guys want me to create for you guys. Part 1, part 2, which is basically the preview of it, installation of it, how to get it up and running. Part 2 is I open up the application and I believe I imported an operating system and get it up and running that way. And what's next? So you guys hopefully will be stay tuned with me, and what's going to be happening is on the next video I will show you guys how to upgrade your current infrastructure server to MDT 2013. So the video is going to consist of updating your ADK to 8.1, and then once you update that, we're going to back up your MDT infrastructure 2012, and then once we got a nice little full backup, we will upgrade to MDT 2013. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing that I have. What's new with the new MDT 2013. If you guys have any questions or comments or started playing around with MDT 2013, hey, leave them at the bottom of the video at the comment section, and give me some feedback. Again, if you guys want to see anything new or heard anything exciting about MDT 2013 that you guys want me to do a video, shoot me a comment right below, and don't forget about hitting that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.